Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Shapes.io. Today we are continuing our YouTube playthrough. Last time we started producing blueprints, and we fixed our kite production, basically our red kite production, which is what we needed for painting and mixing. Today we are going to focus on our upgrades. In particular, getting our mixing and painting up, so up to the next tier, and then depending on how we go, possibly some of these others as well. But I'm not sure about that because the first 3 tiers of them are all done, so there's just this white circle thing left. And coincidentally, it also happens to be what the hub is after. So that's what we're going to be looking at first off. Afterwards we will probably look at the sun thing up here. I don't know, we'll see what happens when we get there. First of all, this thing. I do appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed lately. It does mean a lot. I do record these videos a little bit in advance, so I won't get to thank you immediately after you do it, like in the next video, but I definitely do appreciate it. So right here we have squares, circles, and all 3 colors of paint. And we need white and purple. Okay, so let's get this going. We're not going to do anything too crazy, we're just going to keep a single track of these out. That will be enough. We do want our blue. We'll focus on just getting the colors first. And green. Those ones. And we'll bring blue around this way. So first of all we need to make the white, and then we'll make the purple. So we'll make our colors here, then paint them shapes down here, and then send them off down this way. Now you can see we're still saturating our kite line here, so we've done well. Possibly got too many here, but we're definitely not undersupplying it. Now because we do have blueprints, we don't need to make all of these individually each time now. We can make one and then copy paste it essentially. I think that one has to go all the way. I'm confused. Oh, it just has to go to there. That's right. I'd completely forgotten what we were doing. And then we need this here to start the next. The next line. It doesn't matter which order these go in, so we can put them in that way and get our white out at the end. There we go, there's our white. So now we can copy and paste this a couple of times. So is that 1, 2, 3, that's 6, that should be enough. And we also need purple, which is red and blue. So let's get some blue. Well, another blue up here. And another red up here. We will just... Oh, we're blocked up already. Okay. Now red, because we're only need one merge here. We can be a little bit tighter with this. So I think this is all we need here. So we get our blue in, the red in, produce the purple. Yeah, that's all we should need. And we'll bring that around there like that. And this should spit purple out. Oh, except we need to use the color mixer, not a stacker. Right. So I'll make 6 of those since we need them like in 1-to-1. Okay, you colors come down here. Oops. Okay, so we've got our colors. Now we just need the circles and the squares. Let's bring them like that. Let's organize our circle. These are squares. We need them on the other side. And the circles we'll need on this side. So let's extract our circles out. That one. Doesn't really make any difference, but then we can have a straight line across. I don't know why I want them to be neat and tidy like that. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, now we want purple painting. Paints at 0.6 a second. We stack at 0.75 a second. So we're gonna need more painters than the other things. What are they called? Stackers. So that goes this way. Which way do we want? This has to sit this side. And then here. Except it has to be one more out. Because we need a tunnel across there. To hook that in. So now we can bring our squares here. Our paint this way. We get a combiner to give us purple squares. And we'll put down a few of these. Let's start with 8. Seems as good as any. And then we want this exact same thing, but without the output line. And I say without the output line because we're going to rotate this. Wait, that's all completely the wrong way now. Let's just take the output line. Let's just take all of it. Bam. Okay, now our squares go in here, or circles go in there. Our paint has to go through. Okay, so they're still working okay. The squares will catch up here, and then we want to stack these together. Let's start with 6, I guess that'll work. Now we want the purple on the bottom, which means we need the purple coming through this outside lane, because that will be tunneled through this way. And we hit one of the things that I regularly do, which is build all of these when one is enough. You want to do this. Oh no, we're not taking the painted ones. Okay, are we not taking the painted ones? That was annoying. We got painted ones yet? Now we've got painted ones coming out. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll just bring this straight down a bit. We probably built that a bit close to here. Yeah, I don't like how close I built that to there. And there's not a lot of space through there. So let's actually cut that off and we'll shift it up here. And we don't want any of that anymore. Now our output lines, we're gonna bring up this output line as well. It'll be a little bit awkward, but get them through there. Our white had to go into that side. That's too far. So let's multi-tunnel it like this. Bam, bam, bam. Now this will give us our pink output, which we'll bring over here, come down alongside our blueprint row. And then just tidy up all this stuff as it goes through. Right, we'll join them up. Now let's get these down into the hub somehow. How can we get this in here? Do we still need circles? Maybe. And we maybe need those things. Red circles? What are red circles for? Red circles are nothing. So all this we're gonna kill. Yes. Yes, get rid of all of that. Now these circles here, we are going to put them into there. That can have its own way in, and this will come down here like this. Oh no, I put them the wrong way. Oh no. What a silly thing. Anyone that's watching here would have been like, oh, you're doing it the wrong way. I worked that out now. Now we got some really funky shapes coming through. They'll thankfully be ignored down here, but so we had 29 good ones and then a whole whack ton of dodgy ones. And then hopefully this will fix itself up again. And it will give us a chance to see how much we're saturating the line. So we're not. So we do need more. In that case, let's drag this down a bit. And we'll come across here. Follow this, tidy this line up as it goes down. Come this way. And let's put in 2 more. We'll see how that goes. So we had another couple of dodgy ones from things that were bad right here at the end. But it looks like we're saturating this now, which is great. We've got this side saturated here. So we're sending as much in as we can. And we're sending as much out here as we can. Excellent, so that'll keep ticking up. And while that's ticking up, we're going to start making this sun star thing. Just so that our belts move faster. So we need red stars and then yellow circles. And yellow comes from red and green. So there's some circles, there's more circles. Star, circle. Is there anything else over here? Oh, there's another kite location. Oh, there's stars here. We're using a few of them inefficiently, but we're using a few of them. Any other stars around nearby? Only over there. Don't know if that'll be enough stars. We can ship some stars in. Let's make them over here. And the reason we make them over here is that it will give us a fairly large area, because I know that the next one has another white star like on top of it. So because I know what's coming, we can kind of prepare a little bit. So we're going to take 2 star lines across. We're only going to use one of them for now, but in the end we'll actually need 3 star lines. So we'll need to import more stars from somewhere else. These will be the ones that become the red though. And the other thing we needed was yellow. So yellow comes from red and green. Let's actually make that down here. So again, I'm kind of splitting these in 2 groups because we're going to double everything. So let's just take one of these reds, one of these greens over here, and a second red, and a second green to here. Now we want our color mixing. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna be mixing up this time instead of a down path. I think that's the right spot. We want a tunnel across there. Pipe, pipe, pipe. You come that way, you go that way. And then in terms of our output, we want to go that way. I think that's doing the right thing. Just copy paste to check. Yep. So let's mix a few of those. So they mix at 0.8 a second, and our belt goes at 6 a second. So we'll want 7.5 of them essentially to saturate it. So we made 8. We're not going to replicate this again, but when we get to the second production line, we will. That gives us the yellow for the circles. Our circles are right here. And then we need red stars. Now in terms of these circles, we're again going to split them into like 2 groups. One out there and one there, for when we split it into 2 production lines, both kind of about equal. Now we need to paint all of this. We're going to have our first set of painting right here. Now, in terms of tunnel, we want a tunnel there. That's a bit close. Oops. We need a little bit more space than that. So we want a tunnel across there. We want a splitter there. And splitters like this. So it can go in there, in there, in there. And then those two go straight down. Now, doing that, we have our shapes come in this way, and our color come in that way. Then we need to collect our outputs, like so. Now, our painting happened at 0.6 of a second, so at our current rate, that's 10 of these we'll need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that will fully saturate our belt of yellow circles. The next thing we needed was our stars here and our red. So we're going to take all of this. Let's not take the tunnel. I don't know if we'll need it. Let's take all of this, whack it right there. We need, again, we're just going to split this into like 2 halves, roughly. So we have both lots for later. Let's bring our paint up and around, and bring our stars down. That will give us yellow stars. Red stars, sorry, not yellow. Once we have that, let's bring this back up. We're going to tunnel under here. We'll bring this back up. Now to stack these, give ourselves a little bit of room. We don't need quite as wide later because we don't need to fit this in the middle. Okay, we want a splitter. We can put a splitter there. We need one there. A tunnel across. Straight down, and then this here. Now the red stars go on the bottom, so we need that on the bottom here. This way. So this should give us the red stars we're looking for, with the yellow circle on them. Yep. Now these stack at 0.75 a second, so that's 8 of them to fill a full belt. Okay. And now, let's get all of this. We'll bring it down a bit. And across. We'll leave another space there. I don't know why. And bring it all down to the hub. And we're just gonna like completely kill off all of this. I don't know what it's doing, and I don't care. What it's doing right now is getting in the way. So that will produce a whole load of these sun star shapes for us. And then we're going to do it all over again. So let's put that over there. We want our painters next. We need one line in the middle between them. We had another set of painters that also needed just one row between them. No, we don't need any of this. And then our coloring. I'm gonna have to rotate it so that we're coloring from the top to the bottom, and it will also need a row between them. So this is where our yellow is going to come out. This will be that first thing. That will be the second one. Right, let's get everything over there together. This is the circles. This is our squares. Oops, put that one the wrong way. We didn't quite give ourselves enough space here. I'm gonna have to like go up another row. There we go. That's a bit ugly, but oh well. Let's tunnel them over. Now this first line we need red and green. So let's take that red and that green. This will produce our yellow. And the yellow we want to go into the circles. So we can do that. Oops, we missed one. Oops, we got the wrong output there. Oh, we're gonna have some dodgy circles there to begin with. Oh, because I connected this in the wrong way. What an idiot. So that red actually has to go into there. So the output was right, the inputs were wrong. So we just finished level 13, that was the purple shapes. Now we get the extra tunnel. And this one's the watermelons. Level 14 is the watermelons. It's the first time we have to deliver it like a certain rate per second. We're still saturating this with our suns, that's good. We can look at our production, so delivering 6 per second. And our belts only travel at 6, so that's as good as we can get from a single belt. Okay, that's catching up. The next thing we needed was... Oh no, I put them in the wrong way. So yellow has to go in there. And our colour has to go there. What an idiot. Okay, so we fixed that one. We're just gonna have to do these one at a time. One at a time, he says, as he does many of them at once. And we have to dump that. That's got yellow going through there. So silly. I can't believe that's twice we've done that. I mean, this time we put the inputs in the wrong place. Last time was when we connected inputs to outputs. Stop dumping them. So now our yellow circles are coming out. They're just going to want to bypass. But we want the red now. We'll make sure we put it in the right entrance. So that's our painters. That's the stars. And they will come out this way and back in there. And our yellow circles will go that way, in as the second layer. Okay, so we've got plenty of yellow circles now. Our red stars will catch up eventually when the red paint catches up. And then we've got more of the suns. There we go. That'll give them a straight path in. So we'll be able to watch this. 6 a second now, or 5.6 because we just messed with it. And as these come down here, we'll be able to watch this go from 6 a second to 12 in just a moment. So they're definitely going in there now. 10.3. We can't keep that line saturated, hey? Interesting. So we're not getting enough red paint in there. But we're sending just as much. Like we stole these directly from before. I guess it just needs a little bit of time to build up maybe. Like it's getting a bit better now. 10.7. We're making a lot of them either way. But once we get this first upgrade, then we're going to take half of them into the white circles. So we're going to start preparing that now. We don't have all three colors nearby each other. Oh, they're here. So let's turn this into a giant white factory. That there. Okay, so they all have 8. We don't need to redesign the wheel here. So we already made white this episode. Right here. Let's rotate it. And we actually want 2 of them. And that means we're going to want to double these. Oops. And they go up, one to the right. Okay, now bring red into there. And this next red into the top one, just to keep them consistent. For no reason other than to help us as we're planning this. We'll take this green down, this next green in here. So that green will go in there. This blue we'll take into there. And this blue into here. Now when they catch up, this will give us 2 bands of white. And then we're going to take one of those. So this next one needed, like it's another star. We need more stars. So here are some stars. We'll be able to bring these stars over. We won't bring them like directly, but kind of in the same general area. So it's over here is where we want to get them in. We're going to want a painting section this way, and like then we're going to need a stacking section. So maybe we get the stacking section first. Take this is a stacking section. Oh. Don't need much space at the bottom. Okay, so that will let us stack them. This will let us paint them. Give a little bit of space around there. Okay. Let's ship these in. White goes in the top. Stars go in the second row. That will give us white stars out there. Now we've got an upgrade done. That's this one. So you can see we need 25,000 of these. We've also got this painting upgrade done. So we'll take that straight away now just to help everything else. Okay, so we want to take some of these, half of them. So we're going to take one of these lines. They go on the bottom, which is... Oh, I didn't copy the full stacking. I missed half the stacking thing. Oh no. Good thing we gave ourselves a little bit extra space there. There we go. So we want... They go in the outside. And this goes on the inside. Let's just bring it down like that. And we'll delete that row. We'll let this build up and make sure that we've got a full stack of these, like these sun things. Not quite. Why don't we? Like our stackers are still 0.75. Oh, because our belt's at 8 now. Okay, so we need a little bit more stacking. So we need our next stacker upgrade. But we're not close to that. We're going to quickly get these watermelons. And we're going to do that so that we get the belt reader. It's quite helpful. To do that, it's green and red circles. And there's green and red everywhere, and there's circles everywhere. Let's just find the ones we want. Circles, green and red. Can we get them into the hub there? We can bring them in this way. 8 per second, with our belt speed now at 8, that's just one belt that is fully saturated, so that will be okay. Now we're going to want 2 sets of extraction. One that we paint red and one that we paint yellow. We want a painting section, which is that part. Okay. Let's put the 2 painting sections down here. Now we've got circles. Let's not cover up any paint. Circles coming down to there. Make sure we get enough red going in. Oops. And we want to make sure we get enough green coming in. so. So that will give our green and red circles. Just want to bring them back up again. We'll use our new long tunnel to come across here. And then we've got to stack these together. So we want like the red on top and then the green on the bottom. So let's do one. Boom, boom. We've built this too high. Let's give ourselves a little bit more space. Boom. And you there. You come through, around the corner. You're straight. You're also straight. And then we want the aggregator here. So this has red going on the top. And we want the green onto the bottom. That should produce 4 watermelons. And then we just need to slice them. Now, we're stacking at 0.75 a second. We're cutting at 1.5 a second. So we can, rather than putting that into there, we can like make this super wide. To produce all of our watermelons. We're noting that we want them on the bottom. So let's rotate this one clockwise, this one counterclockwise. So they're all on the bottom. Now let's tunnel this one through a bit. I don't know how far, that'll do for now. We want to cut again. You can see this one's on the right spot. This one needs to be rotated again, counterclockwise. And then we will aggregate them together on the bottom row. And then normal tunnel. That's too far. So we can come like this, and then a cutter. Now how far do we have on our normal? We can only go that far on our normal one. I don't think that's going to be far enough because we need to fit this in as well. So I think what we're gonna have to do is get rid of all of that, put a new fancy tunnel up the top there, collect on the top side, bring the second one out here, tunnel to the, come around to the top. This is almost like a 2 wide challenge, like how much can we fit into a 2 gap space? Now we've got our watermelons here. Now we want to do the same thing again. Rotate clockwise. Now this time we'll aggregate on the bottom. And then we will aggregate everything coming down. So that takes our 4 red circles, stacks them together, cuts them into 2 half watermelons. You can see here. This cuts one of those into quarters, tunnels over here. The other half tunnels underneath, gets cut into quarters and comes out. Now how many of these do we need? I have no idea how many we need to get a full belt. I don't even know which way the hub is. It's down there. So we want to come this way. And then down here. And we want to tunnel underneath there. And come around that corner. How are we going? Oh, it looks pretty backed up. Like, we're able to do this. But one thing that I found is like you can not let it go in and let like a long line like this build up. And then once you've got a long line built up, just connect it in at the end, and then it's like it's gonna send it there already because it's just transporting it. And it's like a cheaty shortcut. 6.5. It'll keep going up as our belt speed increases. Well, our belt speed won't go up. There we go. We've got the belt reader. And the next one is storage. That's super helpful. We're already producing these sun star things, and we need them for this next upgrade anyway, so that's okay. Awesome. So that's a reasonably good day of upgrades. We got these red and pink and white circles done. These sun star things started producing. Not super fast, but like about 6 a second. It's not too shabby. Like that was our belt speed for them for a while. And we've gotten ourselves from level 13 up to 15. Sending all these watermelons in. So much watermelon. Just with a little simple, like 2 block wide to take our 2 circles into 4 watermelons. Awesome. And that's the whole contraption there essentially. Well, we got our circles from outer screen, but like that's it to produce our watermelons. And we've got too much painting. Too much painting for how much we're producing here. That's alright. Cool. Okay. Thanks everyone for being here. I really do appreciate it. I had fun this episode getting some upgrades. Next time we're going to have to focus on some of these other more complex shapes to get those upgrades as well, so that we can extract, particularly cutting, rotating and mixing painting. They're 2 big ones. Extraction we can kind of like just keep stacking these together. It's inefficient, but we can just keep doing it. These are the 2 that we really need to cut faster and to paint faster. But maybe next time we'll just focus on one of them. Maybe like stacking or painting faster or something, and then the next episode stacking faster. I'm not entirely sure. We'll work that out next time. Thank you everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. If you enjoy the content here, please feel free to do subscribe. We generally publish videos twice a week now, on Mondays and Thursdays. At least that's those times in Australia. But yeah, thank you everyone. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.